What's happening, guys? Today's another day on the channel, and today we are looking at the LS right here. It's in the bed of my truck. We got the transmission and all that stuff. We're moving it over to the location, but before we go there, we're going to Harbor Freight here. And we're gonna go pick up some tools. We're gonna go get some screwdrivers, some ratchets, some sockets, little toolbox, some stuff like that. Just enough to really get you so that you can take some stuff apart and start doing what you need to do. And then we're gonna start coming back and getting more and more tools as we need them. But we're just gonna get our basics today and see what we can get. So let's go ahead, head on into Harbor Freight and see what we can get. Okay guys, so we just got out of Harbor Freight and we got an engine stand, screwdrivers, pliers, a vise, a socket trays, all the different array of sockets, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8. Got the good old rainbow sets down there. We got a couple flashlights, we got a couple swivel sockets there, wrenches, extensions, there's ratchets in here. The last thing we're missing is a toolbox, and that was something that I was trying to get relatively whatever, but we're gonna go ahead and see if we can call another Harbor Freight and see if we can get a toolbox today. If not, then we'll just figure out what we can do with this here. But let's go ahead, load the truck up, and then we're gonna go and see what we could do. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're over here. I ended up buying a toolbox. It's a little bit more than I wanted, a little bit more expensive than I wanted, but that's okay. The truck is leaking diesel, so we gotta fix this thing. But look at this thing. Alex wants this. This thing's pretty sick. He said it sticks, so that's pretty cool. It's 95, no price, so you would have to talk to the guy. Gonna hit him up. It's nice. It's got a weird 6-lug pattern. I saw this thing before, but that's weird. You could probably swap it to a better Nissan pattern, but it'll be sick. Okay guys, so we're at the shop space now. We got the LS motor right here. We got a crane hoist that we're borrowing, the 180. We got all our tools right here now. So we got tools on tools on tools on tools and parts. Lots of parts here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the toolbox. We're gonna set this thing all up with our new tools that we just bought. Right?
Yes, sir.
So then we're gonna set this thing all up, set the engine stand up, then we're gonna get the LS on the engine stand there, and we're gonna figure out what else we need to do. So let's go ahead and start tearing this stuff apart and setting up our toolbox here. Okay, so here we go. We got all our Harbor Freight parts here. We got the good old US General toolbox. We just got that thing because had to. I was trying to get the 2-drawer cart, but they didn't have any in stock, and I decided just to get this one. This one's bigger. I'll have more space to put even more stuff, so we'll just got this one. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to assemble it. There should be all the parts that we need here between legs, handles, extension pieces, and the wheels, and then the bottom cart piece there. So let's just get to doing that. But first we gotta open up some of these tools over here so we can start putting this thing together. So you buy Harbor Freight tools, put your Harbor Freight toolbox together. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and put this stuff together now so we get this engine on the stand. Okay, so the toolbox is all set here now. Check this thing out. Pretty solid actually still too. For Harbor Freight, really. The doors even like stay locked. Alex has got the engine stand here all set up. Put this together pretty quick. I was like halfway done with the thing and he was already done. So the thing that I forgot though is that we need bolts to put the engine on there. So we gotta go get bolts, and then we can come back and take this thing, put it on a stand and put it in a corner. But yeah, we're gonna set up the toolbox now with all our tools here, get it all set up in there, and we'll be right back. Okay, so just let's insert this now, and we're gonna do a toolbox tour. So we got everything organized here. So this is actually a handle that goes for the thing there, but we got it in there. Got a boost controller, that thing's kind of cool. We got a 1/2 inch torque wrench, 1/2 inch ratchet, just a normal ratchet here now, a 3/8 normal ratchet, a 3/8 swivel head ratchet, a 1/4 inch ratchet here. We got our extensions, we got our swivels, we got our breakdowns and upgrades and whatever. 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4 inch sockets. We're eventually gonna get proper colored 3/8 sockets because I hate the rainbow there. I don't like that at all. In this drawer here, we got screwdrivers on screwdrivers on screwdrivers and screwdrivers. This drawer is full of screwdrivers here. We got pliers in this one. We'll eventually get more pliers and more. In this one here, we got our wrenches. I hate these wrenches, but these will do for right now. We're eventually going to get better ones, not Snap-on or anything like that, but we'll probably go get the wrenches that I got from when I was in college. Those are actually Napa, and they've held up for everything that I've done. The only reason why one of them broke, or two of them broke, was because I grinded them down to get them to fit into places. mechanics. Got to make your tools work. So we'll probably keep these ones for spares if we need to do something like that. And this one, it's not full yet, but we got some Allen sockets or Allen keys, 2 sets. We got a multimeter, some coilover wrenches, and right here we got just some random little things there. So toolbox tour, pretty good. We also got some little push pin pullers down here on the side. We got a vise down there that we're gonna make a table, and we're gonna put the vise on there. And the cart wheels around, which is really good. So if we need to wheel it around to like the front of the car, we could do that. If we need to do something like whatever, we could do it. So yeah, toolbox, pretty good there. Harbor Freight wasn't super expensive, but it was enough. And we're eventually gonna get more and more tools, like I just said. So overall, we're pretty solid for right now. We can take what we need apart, and we gotta get some power tools. That's what we need. We need some power tools. Always. So we'll eventually get that, but okay. End clip here now. Okay, so in our space over here, what we got going on is we got the LS on the crane here. We got the 180. We got our little table there. We got our toolbox. We got our engine stand over there. The moped's there. Right over here, we got all our parts and everything right here. So we're starting to get a little accustomed to where we are now. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go and get bolts for the LS so we can put this thing on the engine stand over there. And that's probably gonna be about it for today. Once again, it's a short video, but we're just really getting into the new space, and we're trying to figure out what we need to do. There's gonna be more stuff to come, like I said in the last video. We're just trying to get a lot of the heavy lifting stuff out of the way so we could just come in here, do what we gotta do, and then we're done. So I think where our space is starting to look a little bit good. We're gonna organize that back corner and get rid of that box and just figure out what else we need to do. I wanna put like a little tire rack or something up here so that I can hang my tires, and possibly like something to put my boxes on up above so that we can have that. And then we're gonna put a wooden table here so that I can have a vise and stuff like that. So that's gonna be all sick. So let's go ahead and go to Lowe's real quick, or probably the closest hardware store, maybe Tractor Supply that's right down the road. Maybe they'll have the bolts and we could grab those, then put those in, and then we should be good to go. So let's go hit that place up. Okay, so the engine is on a stand over here now. It's a little sketchy. I'm gonna go get different bolts tomorrow when I get out of work before I come over here. And yeah, it's a little sketchy. We got a stand under there. This is a heavy motor for this stand. I should have got a 2,000-pound stand, but those ones are really big and bulky, and they're not easy to move around in a shop whatsoever. So I got this stand right here. Right here is all the LS parts that I said I had. So I have a 6.0 intake plenum right here. I have the fuel rail for the 6.0 intake plenum, 6.0 valve covers, 6.0 coil packs. In these 2 boxes right here, there's injectors right there. And then in this one is a bunch of sensors. I have a 6.0 throttle body right there, the water pump that goes for the 6.0. And realistically, the only thing that I'm missing to do like a 5.0, 6.3 conversion, whatever, is the heads. So I'll have to get different heads if I want to do the full conversion and stuff like that. So I believe that 6.0 plenum just kind of bolts onto this, and we're gonna test that out really quick. Try not to get this thing covered in dirt and stuff like that, because that plenum is still good. So if you want to hold this for me, Alex, let me grab this here, and we'll just give it a test run to see if it fits. I believe it should. I've seen a lot of people just kind of drop these things onto here, and yep, it fits. We're gonna have to do some relocation of certain things. Like the alternator used to sit here. I think we need to move it to this side. So we have to get a different bracket for that. But this thing's gonna be pretty baller with this intake plenum on. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better. Because like
the 5.3 is really big.
Yeah, because seeing from Chris's motor that he brought down, that thing towers. Like it's huge for an intake manifold, but I'm used to seeing these type of intake manifolds.
Yeah, so this is the 6.0 one. This one's a lot. It's got better flow through the actual intake plenum. So we're gonna end up putting this one on here. And if this one doesn't do what I need, then we'll just go ahead and get one of the big Vortec ones with the horn piece looking on it. We'll put that in there. But overall, this thing's gonna come out pretty sick. I'm gonna start ordering small parts that I need. Obviously, first on the chopping block is going to be gasket kit for the whole motor. So we're gonna get a full gasket kit for an LS here. We're gonna start tearing this thing down and then re-gasket the whole thing. Obviously, while I'm in there, I'm gonna test all the bearings to see if the bearings are still in spec, and we'll probably get new crank bearings for this thing and just put those in there. This is a push rod motor, so we should be able to get valves and guides and stuff like that to redo that. I've never really taken a push rod motor apart, and I've never really messed with one, so this is going to be something different, but it's going to be pretty sick when we're done. We'll probably have to get a smaller power steering pump or see what we could do with this one. I really forgot what Chris's looked like, but we got a lot of stuff and we got a lot of parts for this. I have parts for this. When we start digging into this, we'll go over everything that's with this. I have all the parts to redo the whole motor pretty much, besides like bearings, because I'm not going to mess with the bearings if they're not bad, which they aren't. So we're just going to leave it like that. But we are going to do head gasket, oil pump, the oil pump gasket, the oil pan gasket, the intake plunger doesn't need to come off, but we can probably get one of those gaskets. I'm going to do a full rear end swap. We're going to drop this subframe, and we're going to get a different subframe out of the Parts 240. We're going to put this subframe into that car. So that's just something that's going to happen with this. This motor is not going into this car or the Parts 240. It may go into the Parts 240, but I don't want it to. We're going to end up getting something completely different to put this in. If anybody knows what I like, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we got. But overall, the shop space is coming out pretty good. If you want to walk this way and then kind of stand over there. So shop space is pretty good. We are, like I said a little bit earlier, we are going to move the car around a little bit, and we're going to move the parts around, and we're just going to try to clean up and stay pretty secluded, so we're not prohibiting anybody else. But overall, shop's looking pretty good. We got some space, man. It's looking sick.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, better than nothing. Next thing we need is a lift. And that'll be coming pretty soon. So that's about it, guys. This is probably still a short video, but that's about it. If you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, share, do all the good stuff, and I hope to see you guys in the next one with more 180 scooter LS. Later.